The news right away. Some concerned citizens of Assemkrom in the Awin municipality of the Western North region have petitioned government to put a stop to small-scale mining activities in the communities. The residents say their lands have been completely destroyed, their water bodies polluted. They contend that no law-abiding small-scale mining activity exists in the country. Therefore, all forms of mining should be brought to a halt. And to deliberate on this issue, I have been joined on Zoom by Reverend Father Joseph Blay, who is the convener of concerned citizens of Assemkrom. Hello, Reverend. Good evening, and many thanks for your time.
Good evening. Please, how are you?
I am doing very well. I hope you are too.
I am.
Well, it is interesting to know that you are not calling on government to end illegal mining, but also small-scale mining activities in your community. If you can tell us, how have the small-scale miners contributed to the devastation in where you live?
Exactly. Thank you very much. So Assemkrom Jema belongs to the Awin municipality. And presently, as I'm talking, I think we have more than 60% of the municipality being mined and devastated, destroyed by small-scale mining. They come in disguise as small-scale miners with a government certificate, and then in the course of it, they sell it to Chinese miners, destroying rivers, destroying natural habitats, destroying even the arable lands for the people. And as you can see on my screen, my background is the river. In fact, that is River Cobra, where I did the research for my dissertation on the Galamsey, artisanal mining in Ghana. Is it rural poverty mitigation or rural poverty aggravation? And you can see that it is rural poverty aggravation.
All right. So Reverend, has your petition been received by the relevant authorities?
Yes, so far, the petition has gone to the Awin municipality head. So we've sent a copy to the municipal chief executive. We've sent a copy to the Omanyene of Awin. We've sent a copy to the regional minister. We sent a copy also to the magistrate, that the registrar of the magistrate district court at Enchi. We sent a copy to the police commander of Enchi. We've sent a copy to the divisional police commander of Enchi. The rest are going to be emailed to the president, to the vice president, to the IGP, to the Minister for Land and Natural Resources, to the Minister for Environment. So all the other ones are going to be emailed to Accra next week.
Right. I can see you've done a lot to make sure you get some good response. But what is the plan B? What if all these fails? What are you going to do?
Well, if the plan B fails, we have the legal instruments. In fact, Ghana, it's not that we are not going to ask for the instrument. We have the legislation. We have Act 703, which is the Mineral and Mining Act. And it's at its amendment, Amendment 995 and Amendment 900, which has even intensified the punishment, the punitive measures. So what we are doing is just calling on government to implement these laws that we have paid people to make the laws in parliament and then put them into practice. So if they are not, we are going to arrest the people, as the community of Jema did. Assemkrom and Jema and Ngaken are the only three communities in the Awin municipality where mining has been banned by the people. So we are going to take, or we have taken, the civil responsibility. If the public or the republic is not doing it, it is the responsibility of civilians. So we are going to carry civilian arrest in a very peaceful manner. And when the government refuses, then we have also to resort to the international arena.
Well, we know the president has met a group of chiefs recently, and it's one of the approaches that the government is making to make sure people get the message right that they are not happy with Galamsey or illegal mining. But there is a divided opinion as to whether the approach that the president has taken is going to work out or not. What is your view on that?
I think I don't support that approach. And for me, it's a dilly-dally method. It is just one of the rhetorics that maybe the president and the chiefs are doing. In fact, I feel very disappointed. But we have very noble leaders, both our chiefs and then our ministers and politicians. They are noble, they are intelligent. If you look at the Ghanaian legal measures that we have made, very intelligent. So for the chiefs to say that they are incapable, I feel very, very disappointed. Because if you look at the Chieftaincy Act, and if you look at the Land Act, both 2020, Chieftaincy Act 2008, our chiefs are empowered. There is no government agency that will go and even just an ordinary factory or industry on the chief's land, what we call the alluvial land or the stool land, without the permission of the chiefs. So how can somebody come and mine in a river, as you see? This is the Cobra. I can show you the tunnel. I can show you the buoyant, and they are not hiding. And the chiefs, these are common goods. The common goods are in the hands of the chiefs. They are the ones who are the trustees. So if the chief says that they are not capable to watch over this, they are just saying that, well, then they have no raison d'etre. They have defeated their purpose of existence because they are there to take care of the heritage. And that is what the ancestors did. That is why in the olden days, we were fighting the tribal wars, because people were fighting over maybe the tunnel between the Nzemas and the Awin, between the Wasa and the Asin. They are fighting over the Cobra. And they say, this is ours. We are not going to allow it. So now in our own time where we have legal measures, and even the government will respect chiefs before encroaching. So how can we say that we are powerless? I feel very disappointed, very, very disappointed. And then does the president needs the assistance or maybe the assent of the chiefs to implement the very laws that we have made? Ghana is a republic. Ghana is not a conglomeration of chiefdoms. All our chiefdoms, all our this, they are under the republic. In 1957, we all came together that we want to form a republic. So there's no chiefdom. So all of them are under the president. So when we have made a national law, do we need to go back to our chiefs to beg them? No, I don't think so. I differ from that opinion. And I think it's just rhetorics.
Right. Reverend Father, being a man of God yourself, are you expecting a bigger role for churches to play to actually understand our concern that this is affecting the entire country, our economy, and our livelihoods?
I'm happy that you mentioned that. I feel also disappointed by the church. I feel disappointed. I'm a Catholic priest. I belong to the Franciscan order. The Catholic priests, we have different orders. We have SVDs, Franciscan, Jesuits. And the founder of my congregation, of my order, St. Francis of Assisi, he is the patron saint of ecology and the environment. St. Francis protected the environment. Currently, as a Catholic priest, let me just bring in something that our current Pope has written and he's championing for the whole world. Pope Francis has written an encyclical, that is a letter addressed to all people on earth, called Laudato Si. In number 160, you may refer, the Pope asks, what kind of world are we living to those who are coming after us, to children who are now growing? So look at this river on the screen. Is that the type of world that we want to leave to our children? Look at the earth, the way it's devastated. Is that the type of heritage we want to leave? And so I believe that being a man of God today, it is not just enough to stand on the pulpits and pray or preach to the people, and then they are going back to drink this water. We have a pastoral responsibility. It's a pastoral responsibility. And taking care of God's creation, it is through the creation that we render praise to God. So if children cannot drink this water, poor people who are farming here, how can they praise God? How can they praise God? Now if you walk along the tunnel, even the crocodiles that are living here, sometimes they are attacking people because they have no habitat. How can they praise God? So I think it is the responsibility of the church to go beyond the pulpit and enter into the homes of the people. Pope Francis said, let us have the smell of the sheep. If you are a pastor, you should smell the sheep like the good shepherd. They carry the lamb on their neck. When they get home, their shirt is smelling. And that is what it means that the pastors must have the smell of the sheep. Let's get involved and see the water that they are drinking. Go to the farms and see what is happening. Recently, just last week, I've been following this thing very, very ardently. Last week, I read from Kumasi, one of the pathologists saying Ghana is beginning to have children of deformities because of the mercury. Last year, there was a case in our municipality at Assemkrom. A nurse reported that in Assemkrom, where the Boyne River has been intoxicated by mercury, children are being born without sight, with distorted noses, and the thing was just brushed aside, that it isn't true. These things need scientific investigation, scientific research to wake us up.
We are grateful for your time. That's Reverend Father Joseph Blay, who is the convener of Concerned Citizens of Assemkrom, speaking to us.